Good afternoon. Welcome to the live studios of Independent Television. My name is Egosa Agbonlao. I must tell you, it's a brand new edition of the program 60 Minutes Nigeria, where we'll dissect national issues that have to do with the development of this wonderful country. I must tell you, you might say that the End Bad Governance protest has ended, but the protesters, majorly the youths, the activists, they are still waiting to see how the government will respond to their demands. Their demands is for a better country. Today, I have very distinguished guests, even from the diaspora, joining us on the program today to dissect national development of Nigeria, the political development, because it is believed that if the political development of a country is not gotten right, every other development will suffer. Economic development will suffer. All sectors will have problems. And also on today's program, we're also going to look at development of sports, especially what just transpired in the Olympics in Paris, where Nigeria could not win a gold medal. It was very disheartening. But some persons believe that even sports development can be a revenue earner for the country. Sports development can take the youths off the streets. And that's where my guest from the diaspora, who is also the chairman of the Edo State Edo State Aquatic Association, is somebody that is very vast, very experienced. He knows the political terrain, he knows the economic terrain as well. Clement Minabowa, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, so we also have with us a man, a very seasoned analyst and a clergyman, Reverend Egosa Mori. Nice to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, we have a man with us. He's the chairman of the All Farmers Association, but you would know, very, very intelligent. He's an intellectual, seasoned analyst, a man we respect so much. His Royal Highness Ahaji Bako Dogo. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you so much.
I know that you believe that when farming is gotten right, then hunger is gone. You talk about that on the program. But like I said, we're looking at political development of Nigeria. We'll discuss that first before we look at the sports development. I will start with Reverend Egosa Mori. Not so many of you know that he has worked with the governor. He's still working with the governor, so he knows governance very well. You will be telling us, what's the bane of underdevelopment in this country? Is it really poor governance, poor electoral system? Is it really that Nigeria is here to get it right in terms of political development? What's your take on this?
Thank you very much for this very wonderful question. First and foremost, when you don't have the right person who takes responsibility for governance, you are bound to see things not working well. I'm privileged to know that the present Edo State governor, people say, why a technocrat? A technocrat is somebody who is visionary. He knows exactly what to do, he knows how to do it, and he always cross the T's and dots the I. As I speak to you this afternoon, Edo State is the only state that operates paperless, e-gov. Many of our states, they still carry file up and down. Is the heart of electrical governance. You don't get, to be running from one ministry to the other. Right at your computer, you pass your message to the authority next, who will confirm and all that. So I believe that governance is about service. It's about service. If you cannot give quality service, then everything begins to go haywire. This present government have given their very best in terms of service delivery. You can't take it from him. You
Okay,
can't
but
take
I don't
it.
want us to be so particular about the government.
Okay,
We are looking at the country in terms of political development. If you say the governor is a good example, no problem.
Okay,
but
let me look at it from the
general perspective.
From the general perspective.
Yes.
Now, we are talking about, you know, good governance, as it were, because that is the bane of our problem today politically. When a man is not properly trained, he will have accidental discharge. Properly trained in the sense that you don't have political will, you don't have political wherewithal. There is no way you can deliver on points. Today now we are battling with hardship. We are battling with hunger. We are battling with insecurity. We are battling with all kinds of challenges. I was somewhere, a man came to eat, and after he bought by 200 naira, the woman asked, should I put meat? He said, no. It's not as if he hates to eat meat, but he cannot afford it. Then somebody now said, don't worry, madam, give him extra 200 naira and give him 200 meat. And the man said, he almost knelt down. And I've asked he almost knelt down to tell you what people are going through. Because at the level of the presidency, the problem trickled down. It trickled down. So if decisions are wrongly made at the top, it will affect the man at the bottom. Now we are talking about hunger. We cannot eat food, but we are buying jets. We are buying jets. We are buying yacht. We are buying the latest car.
The way you are saying it appears you were there when the purchases were made.
No,
you have evidence to substantiate all these purchases you are talking about.
All this is in the public domain. Is it public domain now? You don't need to lie. Or you want to tell me about the issue of oil theft? The oil theft is as a result of people at the top. They are the one involved. You can't. Can a poor man go and thief oil? I'm asking you. Can a poor man go and thief oil?
I don't know.
You can go to a grocery store and thief, you know, petty things. Oil, before you thief oil, you must.
You're talking about crude oil.
Crude oil. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You must have government backing.
I disagree with that.
Because
you can say specialist training. I can't agree with government backing.
The ship that is going to take it must be protected by officers of government.
No, I disagree again. Yeah. Can be protected by some persons.
Okay.
You know, because
whichever
you cannot accuse the government when you don't have evidence.
Whichever way you look at it.
Okay.
It's not a business for mediocres. It's for business for a class of people who are up there, who can pay the bills to ensure that these things are done.
Thank you very much, Reverend Omori. We'll come back to you. Political development, it is believed, if gotten right, every other facet of the country will surely be catapulted to very enviable heights. And that's the reason we are looking at it. Reverend Omori has just given an example that he believes that Governor Obaseki has done well, has shown that there is need for political development through intelligence, being intellectual and all of that. That's his own opinion. But let's get the thought of His Royal Highness Bako. Do you think that Nigeria is still getting it wrong in terms of political development? Probably that's the reason we are where we are.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
You see, when you want to speak about Nigeria, every one of us are involved.
Okay.
The problem is not only for the government, the problem is for me and you. Let us speak the truth. Let us say the truth anywhere. Because when we are looking at it, all of us are blaming government. What have you done in your own part to make sure this country is going in the right direction? Okay. You as a leader, people come to you just for favor and say, okay, look at matter that is going on. Instead of you to pass the truth judgment of it, you burn it. Tomorrow you are blaming government. You see, one of the major problems we are having today in Nigeria is because all of us are so self-minded. Because one, you are asked to come and do something, given an appointment to do something. Instead of you to serve the the first thing you start doing is start serving yourself and your family. How do you expect Nigeria to go forward? You see, what is happening today in Nigeria is a welcome development to me. I am telling you the truth. Because before now, Nigeria is the only country in the whole world that does not have economic blueprints. Nigeria is the only country in the whole world that don't even pay attention to security. Go and find out from anywhere. If you go to Saudi Arabia, 85% of their resources is on security. Go to America, the same thing. But before now, Nigeria don't pay attention to security because we have not been having what we are having. And whereas we now have what we call, the kind of problem we have on security in those days is not what you have now. Because those days you have what you call a thief. Now you have what you call digital stealing away.
Organized crime.
Organized crime. Where you plan to steal. Before now, you don't plan to steal. You see people just go to the market, people go to your house, a thief will be shouting, if you don't open this door, I will break this door, I come in. But today, they don't shout again. They do it in a calculated form. And that is why you see when they hold somebody for ransom, even with the problem of Nigeria today, yeah, my brother, sometimes I look and I ask, if our leaders do not travel out of this country.
I'm just going to interject. Now we have a footage.
Yes.
Now. Is it that we are not getting it right from the police stations? Is it that the electorates are not voting right, that is giving us poor leadership, giving us political problems?
No. Let me start from the electorate.
Yes.
Electorate, we have all of us are involved. Whether you like it, whether you are a clergy, whatever you belong to, we are all involved. If a man, the candidate come to you today without dropping something, you will not even think about the candidate. This one cannot win. Because everyone must make sure that candidate, it's just like a child who goes to a party. If there is not served rice, they say that party is a party. But when he eats rice from that party, you say, we see what happened in that party. It's one of the best party. That is what is happening today. You see, election is coming now.
Yes.
People are gathering their family. They are in lecture right now. Everybody in the house are in lecture. Look, make sure you come with 10,000 that day. If they don't give you 10,000, don't vote. It's a lecture right now in most homes. And let me tell you, a man who has, before you become a governor, you know how much you spend. Even a councillor, you know how much you spend. And you don't expect that kind of person to come into office and will not recoup back his money. Are you with me now? You must recoup back your money. Let all courts pay this pay. All political parties, costs across all political parties. It's not one political party that's doing it. In the real sense, like I said the other time in this studio, I said it. When a policeman stays more than 2 years in the station, he becomes an armed robber. Go and find out. Because you see, when in those days, you hear a policeman, a soldier, whatever force you belong to, speak different languages. Because almost every year, they are transferred from one place to the other. Today, mostly in Edo, any police that is transferred away from Edo, any DSS that is transferred away, within 3 weeks, it will walk it back. Because this is an oil way for all security agents. Go and find out. It's an oil way for all security agents.
When you make some statements, yes. I have to cut it because you don't have evidence to substantiate.
I have evidence to do it. Go and find out.
Okay.
The other time, some policemen were transferred away from Benin City. Before two months, they walk it back. Because this is where...
It's possible they love the weather.
No, it's not.
It's possible they love the
people.
You
cannot love it.
Edo people are
Let me tell you,
hospitable.
some policemen were transferred from the north to Edo. In the north, they don't see case file. You don't see case file in the north. What they're doing in the north, all matter is reported to the emir. You understand me so? Mm-hmm. Then, the policeman came to Benin, even Benin in those days, well, asking, what do you call case file? I said, you know, I said, no. He said, matter they are reporting is to the emir. They are only just to sometimes stay in the street. But yeah, within 2 months, the policeman is now wise. I have built a house, and he don't want to go back to the north again.
Thank you, Zoe. I will come back to you. But
Let me finish. You asked a question about the political situation.
Yes.
Yes, you see, let us call spade a spade. We are now in politics time. Let me and you tell ourselves the truth. Just tell me so. On election day, go to the polling booth. Somebody is somewhere hanged. As soon as you vote, you flag it in a way, whether you like it or not. You flag it in a way, the other man signal says, he vote for us. The other man signal says, okay, somebody that will pay you money is far away. It's not even in the field. There is no how DSS or whatever AFCC can even apprehend anybody, because it's a signal upon signal upon signal. When you are voting, in Nigeria, when you are voting, you already know the party that will win. Because right away from that, from the polling unit, you have agents of different political parties, and you have agents who are not even But they don't even have party, but they are there as an agent of security political party in order for them to know who you vote for. You cannot hide it. It's supposed to be secret open ballot. But today, right now, I call it open ballot because somebody already know who you vote for. And if you don't vote for that party that is, you find yourself to blame in the night. That is why you see, if we want to put this thing right, let us go for that what we know that could have helped Nigeria, that will make Nigeria not to collect bribe. What is that thing? Option A4. You cannot go and collect money in somebody's house in the night, in the daytime, you now come, you'll be hiding there to vote. When you collect money from him, stay on the queue. If you cannot stay in 2 queue, and that thing will be done simultaneously in the whole country. So we eliminate the issue of that corruption of vote buying, the issue of that corruption of what we know that it has become a menace in this country today. Across, no political party that is exempted from it is all political party. Option A4 could have been the best thing for Nigeria, so that if you are doing it wrong, they will be seeing it in the feed. You remember doing that on Option A4? That was the best voting system Nigeria has ever had. Since then, we have got it wrong. And again, the president should be thinking about it. You should not stay inside AC, be getting information. You cannot stay in the room, be getting information. Work hard. Sometimes discuss. If you want to die, you can even die in your room. But if God says you will not die, nothing will kill you. Work hard and go to the street. Get the people's opinion. It's not for you to now stay, somebody, even though rain is falling, one of your aides will say, no, sir, it's sunny. Nothing is happening. Because you want to get information from your aide by not seeing it yourself. You know, during days of Ogbemudian, he goes out. Professor Abu Saleh, as quiet as he was that time, he will sometimes with his gas and go out, be getting filler for market women. You understand me so? So that is what I want what do you call it? Government of the day to be doing. When I pay visit to Muhammadu Buhari, he told me, Your Highness, there is enough food to eat. I led the two traditional law of the Bassa people to him. And by the time I get to where we eat, because I was very happy to say, hey, I'll be hungry since. I got to where we eat. I found out that it was puff and watermelon juice. And they told me that they have already prepared good food, a good meal for me. What was watermelon juice? And the man was not there to see what I was eating. But I was trying to put puff for my mouth. I was ashamed. But they have already told him that there is enough food that is prepared for His Royal Highness and his entourage. So if you are in government, always go yourself and find out. If you are going to find out the kind of food they want to give me, they will not be giving me watermelon juice and puff. So please.
So thank you, Zoe Islands. We'll come back to you. But I must quickly state this, that the opinions expressed on this platform are the opinions of my guests and not a reflection of the station. And I know that the police force, there's no way you don't have bad eggs, but we also have the very good ones, the very brilliant, excellent police men and women who are doing very well. So we commend our security personnel, and we know that those who are bad amongst them will also be fished out. But it is really agreed here by my guests that when you get it wrong politically, there's something wrong. Mr. Clement, you are from the diaspora and you have experience. Now, if you get it wrong from the police station, if you get it wrong by not electing the right leaders, sometimes the voters are even accused of being induced, cash inducement, and all of that. So, how do you think things can be gotten right politically in this country?
Thank you very much for your question.
Okay.
I want to thank our Royal Father for his input.
Okay.
Members of the public would have learned a lot from what he had just said.
Yeah.
And then what our Reverend mentioned.
Okay.
Our Reverend was a bit more particular. Yeah. My addition is that Nigeria is a young nation.
Okay.
We sometimes look at Nigeria and think that it's a nation that has come of age. We are still at our infancy. I can also say too that most of the recent leaders we have had who are no more in power, they were too old enough to understand the trend of world activities. They should have been in a position to put the next generation of leaders in their right footing and to set the foundation, to lay the foundation for the next set of political leaders to take our nation to the next level of growth, so that we will move away from this level of infancy. You know, everybody wants to be a politician because it is at the infancy level. But once you start moving from there to, you know, to the next level, you begin to find out that it's not everybody that can contribute, you know. You now begin to see professionals, you know, playing a greater role. You now begin to see the private sector playing a greater role. You now begin to see the roles of the royal fathers and the institution of religion playing a different role altogether.
Yeah.
You know, and all of these combine together to make us what we are supposed to be. You know, so the present moment, the level of infancy it has reached a point where people don't even know what next will happen or what next we should expect. For me, I think that we have gotten enough that we can learn from so that we can start making our options, choosing our options. We should learn, I use the word learn, to choose our options. How? We choose whether or not to vote the right person. And if we vote the right person because of the trend, it doesn't mean that right person will be the one who will come to power, because we are still at the boundary where we are trying to move from infancy to a greater level. And therefore, what is keeping us down now? Our electoral institutions are holding us back. They are the problem we have. The INEC or INEC. Our judicial system. Judiciary is part of government, but they don't see themselves as part of government. They see themselves as an arm of the executive. They are not independent. They don't even want to fight for the independence. They are blinded. You know, they think that they are there to be paid by the government, and so they should work for the government. They're not working for the people. That tells you how weak our Constitution is. Because if a judge knows that he's working for the Constitution and not for the government of the day, if he cannot get a matter through, if he cannot take the right decision because he's scared of his life, he will resign. The other time, Donald Trump was trying to get some members of the judiciary to do some things in the US when he was in government. The first person that resigned was his justice minister. And then about 2,500 lawyers working under that justice minister resigned, and each one of them belonged to one political party or the other. But there's a common thing that binds them, the fact that they are committed to the Constitution. If they do it wrong, it will be wrong for a lot of people. It will be wrong for the country. It will destroy the destiny of that generation of people. So what did they do? They resigned. Okay. We need to come to a level in our country where we make choices, particularly those in the judiciary and the electoral institutions, where they make the right decisions for us, including the police. We should have a police, we should have a police force, an IG that can resign because what he's seeing happening is beyond his control.
Okay.
Or
thank you very much. We apologize that we have to end this program.